Hi, and welcome back to another day on the stream with Jim Misiura. First thing I'm going to show you is stringing your line. This is for the beginners. And the best way to do that is, first of all, you want to pull off enough line to go through all of your eyes. And that's probably enough. I don't have a tippet or a leader on here yet, but I'm going to take the end of my fly line and I'm going to fold that over. Just make a little loop right there. What we're going to do is just string it, put that loop through, and I'm going to show you here in a second. What that does is, if you drop it, it prevents it from sliding all the way down. So you can see there, I have like 4 or 5 loops left. And if you just put it through with the tip of the line, or if you had a leader on or something like that, and you were using the end of your leader or your tippet, you were going like that, it would just fall right through the whole thing. So what you want to do is pull off enough line to get all the way through, fold over the end of your fly line, and go ahead and string that up. There we go. You can hold your rod in the middle of the rod. And there we have it strung. Now the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to pull off enough line so that I don't have my rod bent. Okay, now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put the leader on, and I'm going to be nymph fishing today, so I'm going to use a shorter leader. I have in my bag here, I have a long leader, and I have a short, basically a nymphing leader. And I made this myself, this nymphing leader. You don't really need a whole lot of anything for a nymphing leader. And I'm going to put this on. Put that back in my pocket. Don't want to lose it. Hate seeing litter. Now, I made this leader myself. So I'm going to put it on my fingers and tighten that loop, that whole loop around your fingers. And what you want to do is take that off with that tight loop. And this way, if you just drop the leader, it would get all tangled up. This way, that's going to prevent that. And there we go. And I have a leader that is, let me see, 6 feet. And this is, like I said, this is a very simple one I made myself. And I have like 12-pound, or yeah, I have like 15-pound test on the first one there. And I have that about 4 feet. Then the second line is like 8-pound test, and that's about 2.5 feet. I have the perfection loop on the end, so we take our fly line with the loop on it, put it through the perfection loop. Take the end of your leader, put it through the fly line loop, and we're going to just pull that right through. Come up to the perfection loop, and my fly line loop that I put in there is a little small, so it takes a little bit to get it through. Now, here I have, I'm going to show you my tippet rings, but I'm actually putting a little barrel swivel on because I'm using nymphs only. So I have a little barrel swivel, and you can see them all hanging off that other swivel. And if you buy tippet rings and they're not on a swivel, make sure you put them on a swivel, and this way you can tie your leader to it before you take it off the swivel, and you're not going to lose them. So I have that little barrel swivel, and that's actually going to add just a little bit more weight to it. Take them off there, and then close that swivel back up. And I know I'm not going to lose them. Now, don't lose them in your pocket either. I put them back in a plastic bag, and make sure I tuck them away in a secure pocket. Nothing worse than if you lose equipment like that. So I have my barrel swivel on. Now I'm going to put on a piece of 4X and add my flies to that. You really don't need anything fancy in ways of tippet material or anything. I mean, you could use the fancy $15 fluorocarbon, but you're going to see I'm just using, this is actually Cortland Fairplay. I'm going to put on a piece, 3-foot section of the Cortland Fairplay 4X. And this is only $2.50 a spool compared to a fluorocarbon spool that is $15. And I don't think I'm going to catch any less with the Fairplay mono tippet than I would with fluorocarbon. Now, when you tie onto your tippet ring, I'm going to put that through. I'm just going to make a uni knot. Just wrap that around 6 times. Then you take it and you put it through the little loop that is by the eye. And then you can cinch that up, or you can take that and now put that through the loop that you just created by putting the tag end through the eye. And this is an improved cinch knot. Now when you go to tighten it, don't yank on it because you'll burn it. Put a little spit on there and slowly tighten it down. And you're not going to burn it, and you're not going to have a pigtail. Just slowly tighten it down. You'll have a nice tight knot, and you're not going to have a burned pigtail. Then you can go ahead and remove that tag, and I'm ready for my flies.